Hello, this is a video tutorial to help you learn how to code. So, first we're going to start with installing our IDE. Now, for those wondering what an IDE is, it simply means an integrated development environment. Basically, it takes all the little pieces you need to make your code work and turn it into an actual program, and then, puts it all in one place so you don't have to deal with using, a compiler, a debugger, a linker. It does all of that for you. In this case, we will be using Visual Studio. So first, as you saw before, I just type in Visual Studio into my search engine. In this case, I'm using Bing. And so you can see we can just click it, and it's supposed to show a different page. One moment. Yeah, so you just want to download it directly real quick. You can do as I did before, Visual Studio 2019. If you want it to automatically download, exactly what you want it to make for you, you want it, so it will automatically, install what you need from the start. You pick what you want. So in this case, as I say we want desktop, we want .NET. Obviously, automatically, if you want to use the desktop and .NET, Microsoft cares about Windows. It's dumb. I don't like supporting a monopoly, but it's the way it is. And you just click the community version or the free version. And then what should happen is, if after you wait a little while, you should see it pop up on the bottom and you'll click open. In this case, I've already had it installed. So let me just open it up. As you can see, so if you've downloaded it using this method, where you come here and you set it up and then you pick what you wanted, it should automatically show you a page that looks like this. If you installed it using the previous method, which I showed you before, where you just download from right here, you will see a page that looks like this. And what you will do is you'll look for the one that says Visual Studio Community 2019 and click install. And what you will see on that page when you click install will look something like this page. And you will pick .NET Desktop Environment and .NET Cross-Platform Development. And let me just click something so you can see the install button. And it will say install, and you will click that in this case. But this is just to help people see, what's going on. Now we'll click launch. And now you can see I have a couple smaller projects I've set up. Hopefully I've blurred this out. I'm going to create a new project. Just waiting for Windows to load my template. And we're going to start with a console application. A console application just means say something that looks like this. It's command prompt. It looks something like this. You've all seen it, in all those hacker movies. We're writing a program that will show us something on the command prompt. Now, can I say command prompt? It's going to show us something on the console. That's really the proper term for it, but it's just... And then we'll call this one. So right now, as you've seen, I forgot because it does it automatically. So you want to set it up to pick what you want to do. In this case, I will choose C#. I will say Windows, and I will say console. And that will leave me with .NET Core and .NET Framework. You will want to use .NET Core if you want to be cross-platform. If you only plan to develop on Windows, you probably should still use .NET Core, as Microsoft has decided that this will be the future for .NET. But if there's something you want to do right now and you can only seem to find it for .NET Framework, you can go back. The code will work between both of them with no major changes. Just be careful. Some libraries are made for framework, some libraries are meant for core, and there can be issues when trying to mix them. So research what you need, and I'm going too far ahead. So .NET Core. In this case, we'll call this Hello World. Obviously, it's how it works. Hello, first program. And right now, Windows 10, Visual Studio is building our project. Now that you can see the project, now that it's finished, being made by Visual Studio, I want you to click this button right here. This is the run button. You can see it with that little, or play button, but you can see it has a little play symbol when you click, and that's what starts our program. We see it says hello world, just like the name. Now we're going to go into why it does it. I want you to, and to do that, I want you to ignore everything from here to here and here to here. The only thing we need to think about is what's going on here. I even want you to ignore this. We will go into this later. As you can see, what's going on in here inside these parentheses, and I closed it, and what's going on the console, hello world is happening exactly the way we told the program to make it. So, well, don't worry about what all this stuff before it means. What's basically happening is that all this text right here is telling the computer that I want you to display this text. Everything that's within these parentheses, I want you to display. And so if I make a change to this, this text right here, I will get hello. And we see it says hello. Now I bet you're wondering why, if you haven't noticed, you should see that for whatever reason, we aren't seeing these quotation marks. Why aren't they there? The reason why the quotation marks aren't there is because the quotation marks act as a way of telling the computer that these are characters. This is a string. This is a word. This is something that we want to show exactly the way we spelt it. And as an example, you can put in 2 plus 2. Now, all of you should know that 2 plus 2 equals 4. But so what do you expect to happen? We got a 4. The reason we got a 4 is because the computer saw 2 plus 2 and saw them as numbers, did that first. Just like in math, they did whatever was in the parentheses first, and then they did this next part. And what you got out was 2 plus 2, then display whatever the answer is. However, if we put these quotation marks around them, we are now telling the computer, display 2 plus 2, not display 2 plus 2, and then do 2 plus 2, then display. Let me repeat that one more time. What we did before was we told the computer to do 2 plus 2, get the answer, and then display the answer. Now we're just saying, show us 2 plus 2. And as you can see, it showed us 2 plus 2. If you like what I've shown you, like, comment, subscribe, whatever you're doing in the equivalent platform, and leave a comment. Leave a comment to explain, what you like, dislike, and hope. And we will be moving on to taking an input. Or basically, you're going to have a place where you're going to store information that you typed in to the console, and then you are going to display what you typed in. Thank you. Bye.